Hey everybody, it is Thursday night. I don't know if I'm going to be doing Thursday night lives on a regular basis, but it's time to start getting kind of in something here. So Thursday, it's Valentine's Day. I want to show you the wonderful Valentines that my wife and daughter got me. It has a dinosaur matching game in it, so you can play Dinosaur Memory for Valentine's Day. You know, the wife's just being mushy. Okay, so there's a lot going on recently. We're going to be doing our regular podcast. I think the big thing that we may end up talking about is Representative Duncan Hunter talking about fucknut who went to Iraq and murdered a suspected bomb maker. This is going to be another part of our our ongoing murdering motherfuckers in uniform. So this is, if you haven't heard, a Navy SEAL got intel that somebody was a suspected bomb maker or was related to bomb makers, which, let me tell you something, in Afghanistan in 2018, 2019, whenever this happened, pretty hard for you to not be an Afghan who knows a bomb maker or somebody who is like a terrorist or what the fuck ever you want to call it, because it's been 18 years. I mean, it's hard nowadays to know somebody who's not a troop. Actually, you're probably more likely as an Afghan to know a bomb maker than you are as an American to know a soldier. So there's a lot of fucking stupid shit going on there. So they realized that, hey, we can't charge this guy, so we're gonna let him go. And dipshit decided to go and murder the fuck. Sorry, my dog's here. Murder this guy behind his fob. Obviously, it's murder. Now, Rep Hunter, he came out, and it's fantastic because Rep Hunter's thing was about how he's this American hero who's being constrained by the rules of engagement. Hunter is not saying that what this guy did wasn't murder. He's just saying that they should be allowed to murder. No, at all, shouldn't be allowed to murder. I will say that 100%. God damn it, Stella. Big fucking dog. But also, just in general, we said we shouldn't be there. We shouldn't be doing all this stuff. I think the other thing that we may end up talking about is Representative Omar, the Somali American representative from Minnesota. Just calling people out and saying exactly what every fucking socialist out there has been saying about how shitty America is with our wars and with the way that we do everything, the way that we have been just fucking up South America, and how we'll continue to do it with Venezuela, and how the guy who's in charge did literal death squads. There was a lot of yelling online of people who saying, but these guys, they were really nice to me at lunch. It's okay that all these nuns were raped and murdered, 40 years ago? Who cares about that? That's like being like, well, Laos was going to get bombed anyway. Kissinger's, Secret Wars was just it's just a fun, it's in the past, man. You got to get over it. You got to build a bridge to get over it. And what I want to do is build a bridge and throw these motherfuckers off of it. So those might be a couple of things that we end up talking about. Also, tomorrow, I have confirmed that I am still talking to Joe Haldeman. Joe Haldeman is the author who wrote Forever War, a couple of other things here from him. Forever War, which this one is signed, best wishes. I got this signed. My sister-in-law got this signed for me when he came to Archon one year, and I was not able to attend. But also another good one from Haldeman is War Stories. War Stories has a lot of stories that are kind of based on his time in Vietnam. Haldeman was drafted in the late 60s as a combat engineer. And if you read his website, talk about it, he got blown up. And it is interesting because he got blown up because of some stupid bullshit. The way he tells it on his website is that somebody, there's a weapons cache, and like they're like, bring in the engineers, do what they do, fill it full of explosives and blow the weapons cache. They're like, well, we don't want to do that yet because this commander wanted to bring in like hot chow for these soldiers. And like the engineers are like, we need to blow this because these things are always booby traps, so we need to not be near it, and we need to blow it because it might blow itself in like 20 or 30 minutes, which it ended up doing. And Haldeman ended up getting pretty fucked up. So I've got an interview with him tomorrow, and I'm very interested because a lot of the interviews that I read with Joe is talking about his writing and being a science fiction author, and I don't read too many things about him as a soldier or him as a veteran. And I know Vietnam, we're talking 67. This is what 40, 50 years ago. That's a long time in the past, but like I'll tell you right now that shit sticks with you. So. I think that's kind of what we're going to talk about. And like, I don't know his politics, and I don't, I'll tell you that these books are not really his books. They don't feel anti-war. They just feel very real, and that he's telling the correct story. He's not telling some story of heroics. He's telling the stories like, look, shit happened, and here it is. It's very, Joe Kasabian's Hooligans of Kandahar is very reminiscent of that. It's, the war stories and Joe's is, true to life. War stories, some of it is based on experiences. It's like fictionalized, but it is that same kind of thing where it's Stella. It's the same thing where it's it's reality. It's kind of a raw deal that's being dealt out, and there's a lot of truth to be told to it, and not a whole lot of bullshit. So looking forward to that interview. I'm sure we're gonna be releasing that as a free episode. So, but if you are not a member of the Patreon, we do have some plans coming out for the Patreon. I think that we're going to introduce a $10 tier. We did this early on. We did a $10 tier kind of early, and I couldn't keep up with it then. It's been a year and a half. My wife does a lot of mailing for her job, so she can help me out with it. But I think that I'm in a better place to do some kind of every quarter we send something out. So $10 a month. Anybody who is a Patreon currently, no matter at any level, no matter how much you paid into it, will if you decide to go up to the $10 level, you will automatically get like a free, like we're doing stickers to begin with. Stickers will be one of the things. We're going to have various stickers that we're going to do. But you will get our first sticker run just like as a thank you for bumping yourself up and for being a Patreon. Anybody else who jumps in after 3 months, every quarter we're going to be doing something. I'm going to have some Velcro patches made, little fucking stupid ones for your shitty hat. These little shitty Velcro hat, buttons, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. I think one of my ideas was I have like 5 or 6 MREs down in the basement. I was just going to go and rat fuck a bunch of them, open them up, and just be like, you get some jelly, you get some vegetable crackers, you can have whoever can be really excited about getting the jalapeno cheese that I find. But so there's a lot that's going to be coming up and going on. So, looking forward to that, looking forward to doing more for you, doing more movie reviews, doing more, talking more to soldiers and other members of the military. There's a Coastie guy that I'm going to be setting up an interview with, who's a union, a labor law lawyer kind of guy now. Anybody, and if there's anybody else that you guys have out there, always hit us up and give us suggestions about who you want to, or if we should talk to you. There's a guy who in our Discord said that he is a veterinarian / food specialist. And I've talked to a couple of those people, but I definitely want to sit down and talk with him a little bit. That's another thing. We have a Discord now, but the Discord is only open to Patreons, $3 and up. So when you join the Patreon, you will unlock one of our posts that has a Discord link. I'm going to have to change some things up to one of those things that triggers and sends out automatic emails and put a Discord link in there. But we have a lot of people in there, and it's fairly lively. There's probably about 10 or so people who are talking on a regular basis, but we're always want to have more people come in, join the conversation, military, civilian, whatever you are, just come on in. So like I said, that is $3 and up Patreon, patreon.com/hell of a way to die. And as I said, we're going to be opening up a lot more stuff. So looking forward to bringing that to you. Everybody, happy Valentine's Day. I hope that if you are single, that you are confident and loving yourself. And if you are in a relationship, that you didn't fuck it up, and your partner or your spouse or whoever is happy. So, because that's the only thing that we can ever hope for, is that our loved ones are happy, right? Right. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you later.